Okay, so for chapter 3K, which is about families of quadratic polynomials, we had quite a few different questions, and I wanted to go through how to know how to start each one. So the first thing was that we have some set equations. So if you're given two x-intercepts and one other point, you always use these equations where E and F are the x-intercepts, and all you have to do is substitute everything in and rearrange to find A. And the same sort of thing for if you're given a turning point and one other point. The only part we don't know is A. If you're given 3 points that are on a parabola, then when you substitute the 3 points in, you'll actually end up with 3 equations, and you'll have to solve simultaneously, but it will probably be a really simple substitution or elimination. Okay, the last one is an example for question 2. It's when you're given a parabola in general form and you've been given the C value, the turning point, and you know that it's touching the x-axis. So none of the equations we've used so far will work because we don't have another point, but we can see that hint. Whenever we see something is touching the x-axis, we know the discriminant equals 0. So that's our hint to use the discriminant. So we can see that the discriminant, b squared take 4 times a times c. Now the only thing we know out of that is that c is a 2, so that will be b squared take 8a. The other thing we know is that there's a relationship between this b value and this 4 in the turning point. So we know that the axis of symmetry is 4. That number there is the axis of symmetry as well as being the turning point, x value. So minus b over 2a equals 4. I've just rearranged that one to be a b equals. So we've got 2 equations now with b's and a's. If we substitute this equation here, the b value, into where there is a b in the first one, because what we want to do is have just a's in our equation. So now we get minus 8a squared, take 8a, and simplify that down to 8a squared, take a, and bring out a as a common factor. We see that a is 0, or 1/8, and the question actually said that a is not 0, so therefore a is 1/8. Okay, the only last part I forgot to write on here was that once we've got this a is an 1/8, we would substitute that into the easiest equation we can see, which is this one. So b would equal -8 times an 1/8, which will give us -1. And then we'll write our answer up as y equals 1/8 x squared minus 1x plus 2.